Hello everyone. So I'm Amrita here. I recently joined into the entire world of software engineering, let's say, and I'm here to talk with Orgo and discuss about how to get rich as a software engineer. So Orgo,
Yeah, I'm a. I've been in this industry now for around 6.5 years. I work at a fan company, and I think I want to help people to understand how actually wealth can be created if you are a software engineer.
people just assume that software engineering pays a lot of money,
No.
but somehow I am unable to see that money. What is happening? Why do
So,
people have such a perception?
so couple of things, right? It matters actually where you work at.
Okay.
That is the first and foremost thing. Like to create wealth, you need to earn wealth first. So there are tiers of companies. There are companies which pays a lot. There are companies which pays medium, and there are companies which pays very bad. If you're at a company which pays very bad, probably this video you should refer the skills section more, where you can grow your skills so that you can get to a company which at least pays medium or more. That is paramount first. And in terms of and in terms of this illusion that software engineers are rich, see, in every occupation, if you're not smart with the money which you're getting, say you're at a good paying job in the industry, it will not matter that much. You will lose wealth at the end of the day, and it will not work. So there are a couple of tricks which you need to do that I'll reveal slowly in the video.
Okay. So these days, I see everyone around has been carrying either iPhone or some expensive bike, going to expensive places. I just feel like the entire world around me is rich these days.
Yeah, so I think that has happened with the advent of credit cards. Uh, in India, probably credit cards are used by maximum people of our age, who have just got into employment. So that is why they can buy things they probably can't afford with 1 month salary. That is why they need a card and they have to pay it, say 2-3 months in EMIs or something. Now, I wouldn't say like you don't buy anything for yourself. Like not rewarding yourself for the occupation you're doing is not that good. You need to reward yourself, but you need to know your limits. What can I afford? What can't I afford? Or what should I afford? Or what, if I even afford it, there is no use of that particular thing. So, like getting a phone, like say an iPhone or something, it is fine because probably you're going to use that phone every day and you probably shoot some content with it as we are doing right now, as well as do something else with the phone. That is fine. But if you have to think like, okay, let me get a, I don't know, like let me get a bike, but I don't know how to ride a bike, so that is just waste of money. So you have to be very wise with your spending and your habits, and there is a rule which says that you should save 15 to 20% of your total income, right, monthly. As long as you're hitting that, maybe in the initial years you're a bit aggressive, you go 30%. As long as you're hitting that, if the rest 70% can pay for your rent as well as the thing which you want to buy, then by means go ahead. That is fine. That you should do.
But like living in a city like Bangalore or like I do, the rent itself is so much that there's barely anything left after paying all the bills. So how can I treat myself to something after that?
Yeah, so see, let's
And everyone has certain responsibilities also, if I may.
let's just take this as face value. Okay, so say every month you can save around, let's take 10,000 rupees. Okay,
Hmm.
and after 5 months you will have a savings of 50,000 rupees, right? Now the thing which you want to buy costs 10,000 rupees, let's take. Okay, so if you do not invest this amount or keep this amount in something that can grow, now I'll come into where you can invest and all later,
Yeah.
but say you are able to grow that 50,000 into 55,000, that's probably 10%. Okay, so monthly for over a 5 month period, every month it's 2%. Let's just take it like that. So then your net spend on the item you want to buy is just 5,000. So the 5,000 you have, kind of increased your wealth. That is not what the company has given you. Like, company has given you so much so that you can spend, you can save 50,000, but the rest of it is something which you can do in terms of creating wealth that will enable you to buy the thing which you want.
Okay, so coming in my next part, so much talking about money has got me thinking. So, how do you think we can progress in our career as software engineers? Like, what are the skills right now that are probably paying the most in the industry if you had to list them down?
Yeah, so the foremost thing is that first of all you need to be good at coding, okay? Like solving data structures and algorithmic problems. That is what I would say is the bread and butter of software engineering. Like, for an accountant it's probably mathematics, or figuring out taxes or something like that. Here, first bread and butter is data structures and algorithms, and there are a lot of sites, lead code, code forces, wherever you want you can practice. Lead code is, I think, people use the most, so that you need, right? After that, there are disciplines of software engineering. Like, there is back-end developer, there is front-end developer, there is a data engineer, there is a data scientist. Nowadays we have AI scientists, ML scientists. There are a lot of different fields, right? And I would say, apart from say couple of fields like probably testing roles which are now getting automated by AI, even DevOps roles and all these other roles pays a lot if you're at the right company, at the right team, and the company is growing in that particular area. You will get paid a lot. It does not matter what area of software engineering you're from. Like, a back-end developer can make as much as a front-end developer, and even a data engineer can make more.
Can they?
Yeah, they can. They can. So there is no parity in the kind of skills. It just matters the company which you're at right now. So what you need to do is that, out of all these skills, whatever interests you, go deep into one skill. Do not go deep into everything. Like, you cannot know everything. That is just not possible. It's a huge industry. I did not talk even about cyber security. That's also part of software engineering, but you cannot go very deep into one. Right from when you're at college, I'll say, from when you're at college, people who are watching this at college, DSA is the bread and butter. Then you slowly go into one area which interests you. Whereas for the other areas, you just have a high level overview of how things work. You don't need to go deep. Just a high level overview. Okay, this is how things work. Probably it's a black box to me, but I know, okay, this is something that makes that work.
Also, now with the rise of Copilot and GPT and everything, I don't think people need to go that deep into something, right?
Correct. And that being a very good point here. Now, when I was in college, we didn't have these tools, right? So so making something or building something that at that point actually involved honing your skills. Whereas nowadays, if you use tools like Cursor and everything like that, you can spin up a app. Like, people who don't know even know coding can spin up a app in 4 5 minutes, right? But when you're going to go into an interview, these AI tools will not be there. That is the challenge. So, as a person who is starting in this industry, who is trying to hone his or her skills, I would say use AI tools, that is fine, but use AI tools more for learning rather than building. Know how things can be built faster with AI, but do not use it out of the go. Like,
True.
you build something, and then let AI review your code. Like, you let AI review the work which you have done. Then it can give you suggestions. Oh, you could have done this better. Like, it can give you probably better suggestions than somebody, than a paid instructor can do, right? So I would say this is how you will start to hone your skills. And obviously, like, skills is one part, right? Getting the job is another part, right? There is a bit of luck here. It matters which college you're from. It matters.
Yeah, obviously
It
it does.
matters which
At least
college.
in the starting of the career,
Yeah,
it does. After like 2 years or so,
it
it
does
doesn't
not
bother
matter. It
anymore.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think these are some of the things you need to just keep in mind. The rest, everything will follow.
Okay, that was very enlightening indeed. Okay, so now coming back to investment. So, how do you invest? Like, what percentage, if you may?
Yeah.
And what
So,
apps do you use?
first thing is that if you can get into a company which has got a good employee stock options,
Not a lot of companies have
not a lot
that.
of companies either, but if you can get into a company, if you can get into some startup also who is, going to go for an IPO, they give you some paper shares, something like that. That is a huge source of wealth. If it's a good company and you have stocks of that as a stock options. Okay, so just rewinding it back a bit, stock option is something which a company where you're employed at gives you at a discount to the market price, and it can be listed, like companies which are listed you will get the stock directly where you can sell, or it can be companies like say unlisted shares are there but they are going to be listed in the market, so probably you cannot sell them at that point, but those stocks have way more chance to appreciate than some of the bigger company stocks do. So that is one thing to in, like, this is just not investment, this I would say something you do which will invest in itself, like it comes as a part of your salary and it will be a great source of wealth in the future. So that is like one thing. Second thing is that obviously you can buy also stocks on your own, right? So as somebody who is very new and who does not have that much of a flair for the stock market in general, I would just suggest go for some mutual funds. Like take a take a large cap fund, take a mid cap fund, take a small cap fund. If you want to invest in mutual funds, say 15% of your salary, starting wise I would try to go for that 10 to 15% of your salary. Do it in the 50, 30, 20 order initially, like 50 large caps, 30 mid caps, 20 small caps mutual fund. Do it in that order, and slowly after 5 or 6 months just decrease the large caps a bit and increase the mid caps and small caps a bit because they are more riskier. So this is how you can invest. Now there are other things which people mistakenly do, that is do FDs. Don't do FDs. FDs are just useless.
Okay,
As per me,
that's new.
FDs are just useless. Don't do FDs. If you have to do an FD, like maybe you can do one or two FD. Make sure you're doing the FDs at a time where the interest rates are high. So interest rates fluctuate throughout the year.
Okay.
Sometimes you can get FDs which can give you 7.5% return, but at other times you'll get 4.5% return. So try to extract the maximum value out of that. Problem is if you are in the profit for mutual funds or FDs, there is a certain taxation there on the profit. So when you sell them you have to pay tax. There is also something tax free, that is you will contribute to your EPF. Now I wouldn't suggest people to go overboard on their EPF. Whatever your company is asking you to contribute, just contribute that, don't go overboard. I would mostly suggest you contribute in something known as a PPF. What is a PPF and what is an EPF? EPF is employee provident fund, PPF is personal provident fund. Like you guys can read about it more in the internet, but I'll just give a give a very high level overview. PPF is something which you can create that matures after 15 years, and the entire amount you get is tax free at the end of the maturity, and you can even continue your PPF, but that's a separate thing. After 15 years you can get that entire amount. In a month you can contribute in a year, sorry, you can contribute 1.5 lakhs. And I think I've worked out the math, like in a calculator online. So it comes nearly at the end of 15 years 40 lakhs if you are able to contribute 1.5 lakhs per year. Whatever your investment is as waste of
That's some serious tips on how to get rich, guys.
yeah, that's just 40 lakhs of money which is tax free, which you will get, and 40 lakhs is still a lot in this current economy, right? So these are, I would say, the good ways. And I know I
Good
and
ways.
and I would say there are some riskier ways also. Let's just mention the riskier ways. Riskier ways are terms which I will now throw at you, but I will not explain that much. But if you guys are interested, you guys can look at that. One is FNOs, futures and options.
Heard of that, yeah.
Second is crypto,
Yeah.
right? And third is real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah. Initially, also you can contribute to real estate. How you can do that? There is something known as REITs, real estate investment traded funds. you guys can read about that. How can you contribute to real estate? Initially, you not have that much capital to buy a house or something like that and give it for rent. But people say, what generally down the line, they can also consider this as an option, at least in a partnership model. Maybe not buying it fully on your own, but have two other three other people buying something and renting it out and getting a rental income from that. The entire point of all these three or four investments is that these generate passive income, something which you do not have to work for that much. If you decide smartly, if you invest in some stocks that gives you dividends, right, those are like free money that you will get every quarter. Those are like passive income that is going to supplement your income. So your net asset appreciation will continue, along which you will make some good enough cash flow out of that you can use in your day-to-day life. So that is all I would say on this.
Interesting.
How far have you understood this so far?
I'm slowly grasping it.
Okay.
Slowly grasping it.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so too much of serious talking. So, what about this flashy lifestyle of a software engineers? How do you guys do it?
Flashy lifestyle.
Yes.
So, to be very honest, I think lifestyle is a very person-oriented thing. I wouldn't say it is like, okay, but I can understand where you're coming from. In Bangalore, if you go in the weekends at bars, half of the people are software engineers, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
absolutely.
Yeah, so I think it is because it is one of those professions where you can make some serious wealth if you are fortunate enough at a very early age.
I must say there are a lot of fortunate people here in Bangalore then.
Yeah, that is true. And I think the
I'm
flashiness,
hoping to reach this someday.
yeah, and I think the flashiness comes from the fact that since you can afford certain stuff and certain, cool things are very attractive to a person who is younger. So
True.
that is why I think, this flashy style of, uh, what do you say, that your phone needs to be an iPhone, your laptop needs to be a MacBook, your boots needs to be Air Jordans. You need to go to the finest resorts and wear the best designer clothes from. Where are people buying from nowadays?
So I do not get the bucks right. So my go-to is Mintra.
Ah,
Mintra is a very good app with a lot of discounts. So yeah, my go-to is Mintra.
still that's good. That's good. That's
Also
good to know.
Amazon sometimes for basics.
Yeah, that's good.
Amazon is good. So I go for the cheaper route.
Cool.
Yet the pieces there are actually very nice. They are quite trendy and out there, but with a reasonable pricing. So it's good.
Yeah. So
Uh,
you're not a flashy software engineer.
Still aspiring to be.
Ah,
Well, it was nice chatting to you about the entire noise about this entire profession. So yeah, thank you.
yeah. We'll add all the links in the description of what we talked about, and you guys can follow and give us some feedback. This is the first video on the channel. We are open for other topics which we can discuss about. So if you guys have any comments about that, please mention it in the comments and like and subscribe.